Hey, welcome to the new edition of Tech Sambaad. In this edition, I'll be reposting one of the podcasts I had done with a organization called Many Mangoes. So this organization actually helps bridging the AI knowledge gaps by talking to various experts, and I was lucky enough to be interviewed by them. Do visit their site to know more about them. Regarding the podcast, it was shot maybe mid of July. A lot of things would have changed by then. By that time, GPT-5 was not there. We didn't have the higher models of Claude as well. So, in that podcast, I did share some of the ways, creative ways, where I benchmarked the various models, do various experiments in vibe coding. Hope you like this podcast and give me your comments in the section below. Thank you.
Yeah, afternoon for us, but I'm so grateful to be here and thank you for inviting me. I really look forward to sharing whatever I know about AI with the group here. Thank you
Good man.
for this.
No, it's a pleasure having you, and I know 20 minutes is not long enough, so I want to dive straight in, and there's so much stuff I want to talk about. But before we jump into that, Subankar,
Mm.
quick question: what have you done with AI today?
So done with AI, my Perplexity app, which is there in WhatsApp, reminded me to call my mom first thing in the morning. Then it actually asked me whether I'm drinking water every 1 hour or not. So and I've taken one course in AI. It's a nice one. If you go to deeplearning.ai, there is a new course by Andrew Ng called about post training of AI, which is a very heavy topic, but he has actually done a very good job. I would actually ask everyone to just go to deeplearning.ai. The name of the course is something like post training LLM, and it's delivered by Andrew Ng and one other person. Wonderful. So I was doing that on AI apart from taking all the help from AI. Yeah.
Very cool. What did you learn in the deep learning site today?
Yeah, deep learning side, the thing which I learned about was post production, because majority of the attention that we know about, okay, we need a huge amount of infrastructure cost to build the models and all, but that's only one part of the story. But to make the model applicable for our commercial use or for our personal use, we need to post train it. And there are some methods how we are post training it, and they're talking about having all this reinforcement learning, supervised fine tuning. Some heavy terms are there. I'm just reading through it, and as a practice, what I do on a weekly basis, I just go through all those difficult topics, make it, simplify it, put it out in a blog or put it out in a video. So that's the purpose why I'm doing this video as well. Yeah.
Very nice. No, it is absolutely essential. The post training, the AI, reinforcement learning. These are all things
Mm,
that are the make and break between having
mm.
good quality outputs and
Distributor.
what everybody else is getting, right?
Yeah,
So
reasoning. Yeah, reasoning model. Yeah.
exactly. So how do you apply that in your day to day? Like, have you dabbled with training some of your own models? Have you configured your own GPTs? Have you configured it to do the things that you want it to do?
So I think if you look at me, I'm not a techie sort of a person, but a techie by heart. What do I mean? I've done a lot of vibe coding in terms of not the LLM part, but the application of LLM. So I have a website called techsambar.com. So I've built some 5, 6 applications, some basic application which I thought I could have never built. For example, I'll tell you, last week there was a group, a WhatsApp group of our alumni, where we are actually tracking how many steps each person is taking on a daily basis. And there was a very ugly looking Excel sheet, and we used to go and update it on a daily basis. And I thought, okay, with all this AI should be helping me. So what I did, I went to, I used very plain simple Gemini. I used the Canvas functionality, created a HTML document where a person can go record their fitness ability on a daily basis. It goes, stores it in a Excel which is there in the Google Drive, and small application which I never thought I would code in my life. I'm able to do it because of AI. So in a way, you can say that I'm not more into the LLM side. I'm more into the practical applicability, maybe writing good prompts, writing good, how to generate good code, maybe evaluating different LLMs, which LLM is good. My 2 cents is for writing Sonnet 4 or Sonnet 3.7 bits, ChatGPT 4.0 or 4.1, hands down. So this is one of my good observations. Now, the next question you might ask, how do I know about it? So I'll talk a bit about my journey out here. About 6 7 months back, because of my LinkedIn activity, one of the startup that startup was actually a provisioning software. It's a nice website called AI. It actually, what it does is everybody can sign up. Yup.ai. So everybody can sign up, and you have more than 500 models at your disposal, and they are all free. So what it actually helped me is to compare all the models,
Mm.
see, okay, which model satisfies my way of thinking, and I found getting closer to Claude more than ChatGPT. So you can say that I'm more of a I have a more of a hunger on how to use the AI more rather than how
I
to tinker
like it.
with the AI.
I like it.
Quite a
So
long answer.
what were the make or breaks for you? Like, what were the things that you noticed in ChatGPT or in Sonnet that was like, oh, obviously Sonnet's better?
Mm.
Yeah,
Sonnet is much
more
more
personal.
personal. That's what I would say. I think the 4.1 comes close to the sonnet, but sonnet, the way they write the sentences, it more or less matches with the way
Mm.
I think. So you can say that if you consider them different brains, I find more attachment towards sonnet, and that's a typical trend. I think it's a research area where people are getting attracted to a model. Maybe something like I find Anthropic to be a company which actually comes out with very good news about research. They do not boast about their models, just like Grok to be a little bit brash, but very good analysis. But it was bratty type of a person, whereas chat gpt, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good, but somehow I the connect was not there. Gemini, it's very good for analytical. If I have a Excel sheet which I need to come up with graphs and some charts, you can go to my LinkedIn site to see some of the good analytics that I've done with Gemini. It's just amazing, amazing thing. But for writing and for brainstorming, some of the ideas which I got from Claude, they were much more out of the box thinking rather than chat gpt when I
Mm.
compared one by one. So in that platform you can actually compare both the models one
That's
by one.
interesting. I do that, but I open them up in different tabs, right? So when I
So yeah, that's here in the single tabs. Hey, I just want to put a small disclaimer here. All the opinions are mine only, based on my research over the last 2 years, not attributed to my employer currently, which is SAP. So I just want to put it in front of
you put
all
a
of
little
your listeners.
banner disclaimer by Subankar. Use my own.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes, because I'm making some comments about other candidates and
Yeah.
I
Of
don't have
course.
the
Yeah.
permission
No.
to tell
It's
that. So please,
I
you
think
can do
that's the
that.
case
Nothing
with
like that.
everybody online. I think they get the idea that you're posting on social media. It's your
Mhm.
personal whatever. But anyway, yeah. No. Look, I think it's so important that people are experimenting with different ones. So I think you're doing all of the right things because not one of them have nailed is better than everyone at everything. Not no. No, none of them are.
Mhm.
So you have to experiment.
Mhm.
I think that's the correct thing to do.
Mhm.
So what are some of the other things where you noticed that Sonnet is just better? You know.
So brainstorming, as I mentioned, brainstorming. So if you look at it over the my journey of the last 2 years, and it's a journey where internet has played a big role, where I followed good people like Ethan Malik. Then we have lot of Sam Altman, even though then Dario Almeida, the anthropic person. So one to four key things, if I can put in front of your listeners, which is very close to me. First is which is actually part of Ethan Malik's book, which I am very close to. Make AI part of everything that you do. Even if you don't use it, just go brainstorm it, put it in AI, see what it is coming, because it's quite an intelligent system out there. Use it. Second, to get the best benefit out of it, sort of that is a term called anthropomorphism, where you treat AI as if it is a human being, or it's a creature, just like you have a dog at your home, or do you have a cat at your home. Do you ever think that it's a dog or cat? You think, okay, they are part of my family. You think as if they are our son or daughter or brother. So think like that. That's where the magic comes. If you think, okay, they are a human, you're talking to a human, they are giving you idea. That's where those things come. Third, to get the best out of it, uh, always assign them sort of work as sort of what he says, a sort of cyborg, or something like a creature, a mythical creature with a horse with a human
Uh-huh.
head, centaur. He mentioned about that. So work like that with AI and yourself. And the fourth one is very critical. You can also put it in the banner. Always be the human in the loop. Always remember, those models have been trained with data which we don't have any visibility. Tons and tons of internet data has gone into it, with a lot of biases and all. You never know uh, what answers it comes out at any point of time. So always do that, even though those hallucination biases have reduced over the last 2.5 years. But always remember the point number four. Now, coming back to the Claude question, brainstorming was one of those amazing thing where Claude for thinking, that is the reasoning model, it does a very good job, because I compared it with 3.0 Pro also. And of late, I'm finding 3.0 Pro is also very close to the Claude 4 Sonnet. The answers are almost similar, but still, me being a Anthropic fan, levitate more towards
Yeah.
the Sonnet part. The second part, where I say is humor, because I use AI for all my postings, all my social media, internal social media, WhatsApp, and all. The quotes that come from Claude, I think they are much more
Mm.
humorous. That's my personal opinion, compared to the one-liner or two-liner humor quotes that comes from a Grok or a Claude. Grok is second.
Not even in
ChatGPT is not that humorous. So in a humorous index, Claude is number one. Two is Grok. Third is thing. And this guy Gemini for me is
right.
always
Yeah,
analytical.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm gonna have to play around with that. In ChatGPT, they made a
Yes.
what's it called? They made a GPT, like the actual company released one. It's called Monday, and it is just a complete
Mhm.
smartass. It's like really sassy, but it's
Okay.
got a really big personality. I think it's their best attempt at being funny. But Grok has a really good.
Yeah. You should try out. Just tell them, okay, give them a picture, give them a scenario, and tell them, okay, can you have a one quote which I put in my
Yeah.
WhatsApp status message. And the thing is, I do a little bit of benchmarking myself. I put it there and see, okay, which one gets
Mm,
the most reaction. And mostly, maybe by virtue of data also, it confirms that the ones written by Claude gives me much more
with the
interactions with the
same prompt.
people, or my internal uh, yeah, for example, I took out a quote today. Let me try with Claude. I put a funny quote with my image in my WhatsApp. So I might be getting 10 reactions, 10 laugh images. Whereas tomorrow I put it with, for example, ChatGPT, maybe it's two or three. So
Real
there
world
is
insight.
something like that's my internal benchmarking
I
in
love it.
in action.
Very
Yeah.
cool. So you mentioned that you're enjoying some of the vibe coding stuff. What are some of the things that you've been building? What like so the step tracker?
So you can find couple of yeah. So I'll tell you, it's a funny or rather scary. I don't know how do you categorize it. In my one of part of my earlier role, we were actually building a benchmarking platform where we used to give a survey, and the customer used to fill the survey. The data comes, stays in the database, and all. And I'm talking about 2010, 11, that time when I had also joined SAP. and we took around 20 people worked on it for around 6 months to create that infrastructure. And when all these vibe coding things happened, honestly, I didn't believe that it can do wonders. So I went into Replit and just put in, okay, I want to create a benchmarking platform. It needs to capture information. It needs to do this. Just three, four sentences, put it, and the system was ready. At least the prototype was ready, and something like it was asking me, okay, can you make it live? I said, no, I'll not make it live. What this
Well done.
this was something I actually wrote a piece on that in my LinkedIn as well. It was more of that wow moment. Wow, something which we did with so many people, so much time. Now I, not being a techie, w- no help. The AI is actually writing it for me. And one other thing I wanted to tell you about, we are talking about vibe coding and the Claude. I'm coming across as a Claude salesperson, but I'm not. I work for SIP. So, I think in the latest that fitness tracker that I had built, I was facing big problems about because it was rendering them CSS files was not rendering well in the HTML, and somehow I tried spent 2 to 3 days because I was doing it developing it in Gemini. I tried Gemini, I tried GPT, I tried Grok, but somehow those rendering and the design I was not happy, and somehow there was some error in those drop downs and all. And then I said, okay, I've always used Grok for my sorry, Claude for my brainstorming, for my writing. Let me use it for this coding as well. So I chose Claude
Mhm.
Opus 4.0. That's the coding thing. And I just gave it and I told, okay, I'm not getting it right. Can you fix it? And imagine, not only it fixed it, it actually said, okay, I have actually redesigned it in a much better way. I was just okay, that's awesome. So one good thing is AI, I see it as something like mm, uh, am I training the AI or is the AI training me? That's what it's a philosophical question, but
Mm,
I get to learn a lot. I
100%.
get to learn a lot by interacting with various models, knowing their characters, because end of it, we like it or not, however everyone will trash AI, it's giving wrong answers. It's the future. It's the future. It's going to be just like internet. It's much bigger than internet. It's not me, the Google head and Microsoft head. Everyone is telling it, and the better, the sooner we know, the sooner we get ourselves acquainted in whatever way to understand, okay, what are we working with, what are their demerits, what are our demerits, what are the things I should be
Well, a
knowing,
lot of the
the
problem,
better it is.
Subankar, is that people do what they're comfortable with, and they're afraid, cautious of change, right? So, there's a big part of this
Hmm.
series, the Mango Magic series, is that everybody can kind of see somebody who's 6 months ahead of them and 6 months behind them, rather than
Hmm.
it's someone who's miles away, right? To be
Hmm.
in with your level of passion and like a spokesperson for Claude,
Hmm.
almost, you're so excited about it. It's like you live and breathe it. It's clear that you really enjoy it. How do
No, no, it's not like that. I live in paranoia. You can say that because if you look at it, just take for last week, some the 3 4 Chinese model, wonderful model, Baidu, Ernie, and all this came across. The thing is, the moment we put our heads down and say, okay, I know everything, that's the last thing, because you never know, because you are just like that rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. You have to run faster to stay in the same place, and you have to run twice as faster to go somewhere. So I am big fan of that quote, and that is very valid in today's era. And the good thing, I will tell you, I'm not here to scare people. The good thing is there are very good people who are doing good research out here. I didn't tell the name of the person whom I like the most, Andrei Karpathy. He was the Andres Karpathy. If you can just put it there, two names,
Mhm.
Andres Karpathy, Ethan Malik. They are the two people I actually regularly follow on Twitter, LinkedIn, and they actually give very good advice on how we should be proceeding and all. So I would rather suggest all the listener, if not follow me,
Mm.
follow those two guys. They're quite good. I actually learn a lot. Whatever direction they tell about, okay, AI is going, I actually come back, see what I can do, what I can learn, and I make my own agenda. And I to keep me honest, to keep me updated, I've started this newsletter about 2 years back. Slowly, I'm getting into a podcast mode where slowly, because of my LinkedIn presence, a lot of people are coming to my podcast, and we are actually having a discussion on
Very nice.
various things.
Andres would be able to see so much data. That guy is the auto drive thing for Tesla. He would have cameras in every city on the
Yes.
planet filming and just create. He would be building some really cool stuff. Maybe at the end of this, you can share. I'm definitely going to check out some more of the people that you recommend because you're absolutely right. Staying on top of these people who are innovating in this space and always challenging the status quo and doing all of this stuff, that's how you catch up, right? Is learn from these leaders.
Absolutely.
Subhankar, I know I could sit here for another 40 minutes comfortably with you, chit-chatting about AI and how to use it, and there's 20 other questions I really wanted to ask you, but I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining the session. Until
Absolutely.
next time, and I appreciate you and everything you do. I'm going to jump into the lobby now to say hello to the next guest. If you wanted to hang around and say bye to everyone, feel free to do so. But thank you.
And first of all, thank you, Mr. Mango, for inviting me. And second, I have a small newsletter which I publish in Substack, Spotify. If
I
you
will.
want, you can also follow that. A
I
little
will-
bit of
I will be doing that.
thank you.
Thanks so much.
And thank you for inviting me. It was indeed a pleasure
Bye-bye.
talking to you. Thank you.